Hi, my name is Lenora and I run this channel, Lenora Bears All. I am a CNA providing in-home health care to clients, and I did not begin this way as a CNA. I started out smaller and I worked my way up. And yes, there's still farther I can go up the work chain, but I'm going to share with you where I began and how I began. So I started as an HCA or an HHA, and you might be wondering, well, what is that? They're just letters to me. Okay, I understand they were just letters to me too when I began. So what is an HCA or HHA? So an HCA stands for Health Care Aid. HHA would be Home Health Aid. They're basically the same thing, just different titles. They provide the same type of work, and we assist consumers in their own home. Now, being a home health care worker is not for everybody. It takes a certain amount of compassion and patience. Being a home health care worker, you can work with anyone pretty much from any age range. There's small children who need home health care aid. There's elderly who need home health care aids. There's folks the same age as you, and some may need it long term and some may only need it temporarily. Each case is individual, and each person needs a different amount of care. You're not necessarily going to have everyone who needs the exact same thing. You have to be a little flexible. And I started home health care in Washington State. And beginning was, it was scary at first because I had tried doing the home health care in an agency, but then I learned how to do it independently. So I became an independent provider and stopped working for an agency. Now, today I'm going to cover, I had written down some questions that I want to try and answer for you. And of course, if you have any more questions, please post them in the comments and I will be happy to answer to the best of my ability. Now, some of this knowledge may be a little outdated because I started back in 2017, 2016, 2017. So it has been a little bit. But I don't have any fancy technology pizzazz to go with my video. I am not that far yet in my knowledge, but I'll get there eventually, and I'll redo this video and it'll be okay. But for now, I'm just going to share what I know. So I've explained what an HCA is, an HHA. Different states call it differently. Sometimes I've noticed when I moved to New Mexico, I asked about being an HCA, and they said an HCA. What's that? And oh, you mean an HHA? Well, okay, that's the same thing. Find out what your local place calls it, but basically, we are on the ground with the consumers in their homes, helping them, guiding them, assisting them to live their lives the way that they want. Now, as I had mentioned, each patient varies. Each patient varies, and if you're working in an agency, you may work in a facility. Oftentimes, I work directly in the consumer's home to try and help them stay in their own home. That's